Chairman, sir, it is exactly 1 month and 1 day since you handed over the affairs of the Commission to my colleagues and I, pending your screening by the Senate and swearing in by Mr. President for another term of 5 years as Chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. My colleagues and my humble self heartily congratulate you, Mr. Chairman, over your reappointment. And on behalf of the Commission and staff of INEC, I warmly welcome you back. We pray that the Almighty will see you through this weighty and difficult national assignment. As you are aware, sir, during the period, the Commission conducted by-elections into 15 constituencies across 11 states of the Federation. In fact, the last of the elections was concluded only yesterday with the supplementary elections in 14 polling units of the Bakura State constituency of Zamfara State. I'm happy to note, Mr. Chairman, that the elections were all conducted and concluded successfully in spite of a wide range of challenges. You know fully well that in many places the terrain was difficult. In Bayelsa, for example, we unfortunately lost 6 police officers whose boat capsized while escorting our staff and material to the riverine areas of southern Ijo. May their souls rest in perfect peace. Bayelsa did not only have difficult geographical terrain, but also difficult political terrain. Other constituencies like Imo North, Isuzo in Enugu State, Cross River North, Plateau South, Ibaji, and Das in Bauchi also had difficult terrain, both geographically and politically. In Lagos East, the case was that of sheer size of the constituency. That was also a challenge. In other places, the challenges were compounded by the hostile security environment. Bakura in Zamfara and Bakori in Katsina are examples of constituencies in bandit territory. Another example in this category is the Ganze State constituency in the war zone of northern Borno. There, our men and materials were deployed under full escort of armed policemen and the military, with full air cover of the Nigerian Air Force surveillance aircraft and helicopter gunships into Gajiram and back to Maiduguri. The staff, under a female electoral officer, remained resolute and conducted the by-elections successfully. The Commission appreciates these great feats. We also want to put on record, sir, the total commitment of the entire INEC staff, from national commissioners, resident electoral commissioners, and staff of those states where elections were conducted. The ad hoc staff also played their role in supporting RECs and other INEC staff of the headquarters. We all acknowledge everyone's contribution. It is also important to formally acknowledge the excellent support we enjoyed from our stakeholders, that is, the political parties, civil society organizations, the media, and most particularly the security agencies that had the difficult task of securing the electoral environment for the Commission to conduct the 5 December by-elections. Mr. Chairman, sir, a meeting of the Commission with the RECs has been scheduled immediately after this handover ceremony to review the conduct of the elections, and a Commission meeting thereafter to harvest lessons learned for our use in future elections.
Let me thank Air Vice Marshal Muazu and the 5 national commissioners for overseeing the affairs of the Commission over the last 31 days. During that period, the national commissioners, led by Air Vice Marshal Muazu, were able to successfully, as he said, conduct by-elections for 15 constituencies in 11 states of the Federation, including 6 senatorial districts, the equivalent of 2 governorship elections. Each state of the Federation has 3 senatorial districts. So when you conduct 6 senatorial by-elections, it's like conducting governorship elections in 2 states of the Federation. And that includes the Lagos East, as Air Vice Marshal Muazu said, which has a registered voter population more than the combined register of voters for the republics of Gambia and Cape Verde put together. So I want to thank you for holding forth. The successful conduct of the elections under the acting chairman, supported by the 5 national commissioners, is a vindication of my policy over the last 5 years to nominate a national commissioner by rotation each time I was officially out of the country to oversee the affairs of the commission. In that way, all the national commissioners had at one point or another acted in my temporary absence. As a result, we have steadily built institutional capacity that the Commission can discharge its constitutional responsibilities at all times. I therefore wish to once again thank the acting chairman and the national commissioners, the resident electoral commissioners who have joined us virtually for this brief ceremony, the secretary to the commission, the directors, and the wonderful staff of the commission. And I want to thank all the staff of the commission for the rousing welcome back this morning. We will continue to discharge our responsibilities to the fatherland. Our work continues. The quick passage of the Electoral Act amendment is a top priority, and you will recall that I appealed to the Senate Committee on INEC during my screening for confirmation 2 weeks ago, urging them to conclude work, meaning the legislative processes for the passage of the Electoral Act amendment by the first quarter of next year, meaning that we would be happy if the Electoral Act amendment is passed by the end of March 2021. I am glad that in response, the Senate President has assured the nation only yesterday at the public hearing for the amendment of the Electoral Act that the National Assembly is committed to that target, and it's not only achievable, but they will ensure that it is actualized. For our part, the immediate area of attention for the Commission is the resumption of the continuous voter registration exercise also in the first quarter of next year. And this will continue at least until 6 months to the 2023 general elections. So we are going to continue register voters continuously for well over 1.5 years until 6 months to the next general election. We will also seize the opportunity as required by law to update and clean up the register of voters. We are happy with the register of voters. It is robust, but we'll continue to seek ways by which we can improve the quality of the register. I'm saying so because the credibility of any democratic election draws from the credibility of the register of voters. Is central. Without a clean, credible register of voters, you can't have a credible democratic election. And we are committed to ensuring that we clean up the register of voters accordingly.